Deception rarely announces itself with a roar. It arrives softly, like a whisper carried by the wind, cloaked in charm, polished with intelligence, disguised as something harmless, even beautiful. The most dangerous lies are not the ones shouted by enemies, but the subtle distortions that slip past your awareness, the clever turns of speech that sound sweet yet carry poison at their core. The Buddha warned in the Dhammapada, verse 63, "The fool who knows he is a fool is wise at least so far, but a fool who thinks himself wise is truly the one to be called a fool." The most perilous delusion is to believe yourself free from delusion. Words are often the entry point of such deception. You may tell yourself, "I am only softening the truth," yet each subtle adjustment is a seed of corruption planted in the field of your mind, growing silently until its roots bind you in suffering. The Agama Sutra, Volume 12, Sutta 41, teaches that false words are like smoke that blinds the eye. Once the eye is covered, even sunlight cannot be seen. This blindness does not come all at once, but gradually, with each easy excuse, each charming exaggeration, each playful falsehood that seems so small it feels innocent. But remember, even a jar fills drop by drop, and the jar of deceit, once full, overflows into every corner of your life. What begins as slight embellishment becomes habitual manipulation, and what once felt like control becomes a cage of your own making. Yet the danger is not only in lying to others, it is in lying to yourself. To hide your weakness by mocking the weakness of another, to bury guilt beneath criticism, to mask your fear behind polished words. This is the subtle deception that corrodes from within. The Lotus Sutra teaches, "The words of sincerity are the bridge over the river of birth and death. Yet when your words are woven with half-truths, that bridge cracks beneath your feet. Even humor, when sharpened with malice, becomes a blade dressed as laughter. And though others may laugh with you, their hearts close without your knowing, leaving you more alone than before." In the Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta 58, the Buddha spoke clearly. One should speak only what is true, what is beneficial, what is kind, spoken at the right time. Anything else, no matter how clever or sophisticated, is poison disguised as sound. And poison, once ingested, does not spare the one who drinks it. Consider this shocking truth. More suffering is born of words than of weapons. A single word can start a war. A single insult can wound deeper than a blade. A single slander can stain a reputation beyond repair. The Fire Sermon, Edittapariyaya Sutta, declared, "The ear is burning, sounds are burning, consciousness of sounds is burning, reminding you that speech carries fire, and when driven by greed, anger, or delusion, that fire scorches your own inner peace before it ever touches another." Even silence, when used to conceal rather than to heal, can be a form of deception, for silence too has weight. Silence too leaves marks. Zen Master Bankei once cautioned, "Do not be a liar even for fun, for falsehood is the seed of endless rebirth." If you let that teaching sink deeply, awe arises, for you realize that each subtle deception is not a passing game, but a thread weaving the endless fabric of samsara. But here lies the secret that transforms. The same tongue that binds you can set you free. Speech, when rooted in mindfulness, becomes more than sound. It becomes medicine, refuge, nourishment. The Heart Sutra reminds us, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. And so too with words. They vanish into air as sound, yet remain as karmic form in the minds of all who hear them. To speak truth with compassion is not restraint, but creation. You create peace where there was conflict, courage where there was fear, hope where there was despair. This is why right speech stands so high in the Eightfold Path. For it is not merely the avoidance of lies, but the active cultivation of harmony. The Lankavatara Sutra teaches, by words the world is bound, by words it is released, and in this you see the profound responsibility of every syllable you utter. So pause before the tongue moves, breathe before the sound escapes, return to the quiet watcher within. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this kind? Is this necessary? If the answer is no, then let silence be your gift, for silence infused with wisdom is also speech. Better, as the Itavuttaka, verse 25 declares, than 1,000 useless words is one word that brings peace. Reflect on this. Your life is being written in every phrase you speak. Each word, a seed cast into the soil of tomorrow. Speak with care. Speak with love. Speak as though every syllable carries the weight of eternity, because it does. And when you live in this awareness, deception loses its power. Sincerity becomes your strength, and your voice itself becomes the Dharma, guiding you not into shadows, but into the clear, boundless light of liberation. And if you wish to continue cultivating mindfulness and wisdom, please subscribe and walk together with our community as we explore profound reflections on the Dharma. Each modern discourse will be a step bringing you closer to the truth. May you always be peaceful, clear-minded, and pure on your path of awakening. Farewell, and see you again